You have the floor.
Honorable Chairman and members of the Appointments Committee, I am grateful for the opportunity to appear before you to address concerns regarding recent posts on social media and subsequent misreporting or other ones that have been generated which has caused apprehension within the distinguished House. I want to begin by reiterating my utmost respect for the committee and its constitutional role and the job or task it has to vet persons to high office in this country. Yesterday, I watched the proceedings and was eagerly looking forward to the vetting of Dr. Manibuama, a man of enormous integrity and respect. I want to extend my apologies to him that his vetting process became the subject of, in some respects, overshadowed by conversations about an alleged post. I'm grateful that the committee in its wisdom has invited me and, in fact, also allowed the vetting to continue, which allowed Dr. Manibuama to show his grit and integrity. Mr. Chairman, yesterday, the second Deputy Minority Whip and Member of Parliament for Weja, Gbawe, the Honorable Jerry Ahmed Shaib, read a statement which is being referred to as the second statement, which was repeatedly attributed to me. As has been said categorically, those statements were not mine. At no point did I accuse the chair of this committee or members of the NDC for having asked for or to be given money or to submit themselves to oral. It is in fact on record that I've praised the chair of this committee for his leadership of the committee during the ministerial vettings. And these were my comments, sir. May God grant us all the serenity and maturity of Honorable Ahiafo Bernard, for in the face of grave immaturity and tantrums, he retains his dignity. To those of you who say he's weak for refusing to engage, I think that he has shown that strength is not loud, it is patient and deliberate. Mr. Chairman, I categorically dissociate myself from the comments attributed to me, I mean from subsequent remarks that have been made by others that I was accusing certain members of this committee for corruption. The misinformation, as I said, was appeared on a Facebook post under one NPP Projects Bureau. In fact, there's evidence that 4 days ago when the post appeared, I commented on it as being fake. The same post found its way into platforms of various lawyers, and repeatedly I dissociated myself from those comments and said that they were fake. We're happy to provide the committee with evidence of same. Unfortunately, I must also address the claim that it is a notorious fact that he's a member of the NDC. In fact, I must say that the victory of the NDC, now everybody says they are NDC members. But this is completely untrue. I have not been a member of the NDC in the past, and it is my hope that my ideology, which has always been stated, I've always voted consistently for the CPP, and I will continue to do so. Mr. Chair, I want to, in fact, provide context and clarity to the post that have caused consternation before the committee. In fact, when I was making the post, I was referring in many respects, yes, to information that I had, and also in particular to these types of allegations that come up often and that plague this committee and its honorable duty before it. The intent of the post was to invite persons who were reaching out to me in my inbox because of the work I do, that there ought to be a process by which they submit themselves to. Now, in my choice of word, in fact, if you look at the statement that was made, that have been shared with me, you'd see that the post has been edited several times because I'm trying to convey the right tone. Unfortunately, perhaps lacking the gift of the gab, I made the post in a manner that suggests that I was accusing specific members of this committee to this. And Mr. Chair, if you allow me to further draw the committee's attention to the real import of that post and what I was trying to achieve with it.
Please, there is no need reading the statement. We all have copies. So just proceed. Just proceed with your apology.
Mr. Chair, the truth is, despite this, I was in fact working on an article concerning this very issue. And that the context of the post were reflections that I were having in connection with so many issues that I found as part of my research. And if the committee would allow me, I'm able to provide that, again, context and clarity. I say unequivocally, Mr. Chair, on Monday evening, I watched the current majority leader on City TV's point of view. He spoke about concerns he and others has raised in the past regarding improper approaches that have been made to the committee. I am aware that an ad hoc committee was set up by the House which found that because it did not provide documentary evidence of improper approaches, he should apologize. Today, he stands elevated among his peers. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Manasseh Azure published a book, The President Ghana Never Got. This was his words in the book.
Please, are you going to render apology? We are not interested in what Manasseh has said in the past. Please. Please.
Mr. Chairman, I crave your indulgence for context and clarity. I crave your indulgence for context and clarity as to why my post. In the book, Mr. Manasseh said, Muntaka never mentioned that the only cash that came to the appointment
Mr.
committee...
Oliver Baka, Vormawor, are you going to do justification or you want to render an apology and we close this meeting?
Mr. Chair, I have no intention to lecture the committee. If the committee resolves that the context of the post is irrelevant to the commission, the question here, I'm happy to proceed as the committee has directed. Now,
proceed as the committee has directed.
Mr. Chair, I am saying here clearly that my post was not intended to disparage members of the committee, and I have not intended to say that members of this committee have received or demanded bribes from various individuals. At no point was my statement intended to communicate same. And for those reasons, I apologize. Mr. Chair, the reason why I have left the post on and not deleted it, in fact, I did contemplate it, was because I saw that the words had been twisted and that it became imperative on me that I maintain the post in its original form. That if I was questioned on it, reference can be made to be able to verify it. This is the reason why it wasn't deleted.
So now that it's been resolved, will you want to pull it down?
Mr. Chair, I am happy to. As the conversation has generated, as indicated, and the clarity has been brought to it, I'm happy to.
Sure. You are hereby advised to also do a disclaimer. A disclaimer of what you claim you are not responsible. Then we can pick it up from there.
Most grateful. I reiterate again categorically, and for all intents and purposes, as I have done 4 days ago and continue to do, that I have at no point uttered those words. All I know about the statement that appeared on an MPP Projects Bureau Facebook account. That's it. I don't know the source of it.
Thank you very much. You may now proceed to let us have copies of your disclaimer at the various platforms.
Most grateful, my chair. I'm happy to provide same.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, the apology.
Chairman, thank you for the opportunity. To our friend Oliver, for me, I think what you've done, if you follow it through, it will help all of us, including you. So please proceed as you have said to do the needful. That's all about it. Thank you, Chairman. You may proceed.
Thank you very much. Learned Counsel, your client, having apologized, is hereby discharged.
The patience and tolerance.
Thank you very much for attending upon the committee and clarifying issue.
Yeah.
My hope and the prayer is that the media would equally handle this to use the word with equal prominence as how the allegation was handled. Thank you all.
(2019) to November 2022. In fact, for the 2019, you did not provide us which month you started working with AFRA. Would you be able to provide us with the month you started working?
I'll check it.
Very well. That's fair. Now, in this employment, were you given a letter of appointment? Were you given a letter where your conditions of service were spelled out? Were you?
I was given a letter of appointment, and let me capture the context very well for you. It was a very teething hospital that I had to provide my service to support them to stand on their feet. And so, even at the initial stage, it was subsequently that the payments commenced. But I was okay because it was a service that I was rendering. It helped me also to sharpen my skills, not to go stale as a medical doctor, while still serving my party. So yes, there was a letter of appointment along the line as a practitioner there. What I recall is the exact details of it, but I believe if I go through...
So if you say you received an appointment letter along the line,
yeah.
Are you suggesting to this honorable committee that ab initio you were not issued with an appointment letter, which letter would have to trigger a commencement of
Initially, no, but the evidence abounds because a lot of the clinical work that we did were computerized. So if you want confirmation of my practice, you can find it directly on the digital platforms of the hospital.
Okay, Doc, so let's go back. On the November, you said you ended your employment in November. And I was asking you that from November 2022 up until now, have you been employed by any entity again, or that your services at AFRA International extended beyond November?
No, it didn't. And it was because around that time, I needed to help my party organize a national congress. And then after that also, we had our presidential primaries. I couldn't
that's fair enough. That's fair.
Time, and subsequently became director for elections and IT.
Doc,
And so I didn't make...
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So let me ask you this. So you will agree to the suggestion that your work as director of IT was not an employment, correct?
I won't see it as an employment, unless you want to construe it that way.
Let me qualify. Did you earn any salary, or were you being paid any allowance as a director of IT?
Occasionally.
Were you paying tax on that allowance?
I paid subsequently.
What do you mean by you pay subsequently?
I've addressed all my tax obligations.
Take it easy. Doc, you know, take it easy. I don't want us to make it clumsy. I don't want us to be all over the place. Take it easy. I want us to deal with the issue step by step. You know, you're going to be our defense minister. Just step by step. Employment is employment. And I want to know from you that after the Afra International Hospital, November 2022, it ended, right? You've, into the mic, your response should go into the mic. Yes. And you've also told us that because of your party activities, you had to now pay attention, flag bearership, election, and all. So you were occupied with that work, correct?
Correct.
So what I want to know from you is that January to December 2023, January to December 2024, were you doing any work of which you were earning salary or that you were being paid allowances?
Yes. And I have answered that as Director for Elections and IT, occasionally we were given allowance. And I've also added that for that period, 2023 and 2024, I have ensured that the requisite taxes have been paid.
I'm saying that.
But I know where you are going. That is why I'm.
Doc, easy with me.
And it's here.
Chairman, you know that I have my good friend seated to your right. Please take it easy. Let's pick one at a time.
Yeah.
So that we can end this thing quickly. I beg of you.
Yeah.
Is that okay? All right. Now, between 2023 and 2024, you are telling this committee that your earnings, the only thing you earn, came from your job as director of IT at your party headquarters, where you were being paid occasional allowance. Is correct?
Yeah. So, Mr. Chairman, this is where there was a need for me to explain this. I don't know what you see as earnings per your definition. But for instance, I have investment which I earned from, some of which have been affected by the haircut, the financial haircut. You understand? So I put all these together as my earnings, not just the limited occasional allowance that we had. And that's why I said, I know where you are heading. Because if you don't understand the question, I don't even attempt to answer it. I knew where you were heading. And that's why I said, for 2023 and 2024, that I had that personal responsibility to pay on what I was earning for those years. I have satisfied my tax obligations.
Honorable nominee.
And the committee has the tax clearance certificate before us.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Honorable nominee. You've provided me with some additional information on your investment, which has suffered from haircuts. We'll deal with that separately. But let me ask you, the allowances that you are receiving, occasional allowances that you were receiving as director of IT from your party headquarters, were these allowances being paid into your account, or it was also in an envelope tabletop?
So, Chairman, it was not paid into my account.
How did you receive it?
I normally will keep it with my directorate, and then as and when I have to spend from it, I authorize.
So you were receiving it cash? In other words, cash? Because these were allowances.
Interestingly, I never went to even receive it myself on any occasion. So I will not be able to tell. But what I know is that whenever I wanted an expenditure effected on my behalf, I will instruct, and it will be spent via Momo.
Okay, so you were receiving occasional allowance. This allowance that you received, which was an earned allowance, you had earned it, it's an income. Did you find out from your party, the director of finance of your party, whether these allowances that were paid you, per chance, they deducted taxes from it?
No.
Given the opportunity, would you want to furnish us with evidence of taxes being deducted from these allowances from your party headquarters?
Yes, if it's available.
Now, do you know how much in total, 2023, 2024, you earn by way of allowances that were paid you?
I wouldn't know. I would have to check.
Okay. So we are dealt with the 2023-2024. On record, you are saying that though you received some allowances, these allowances, you never picked them directly. You normally left them with the directorate, and as and when you needed, some same was transmitted to you via Momo, correct?
Not to me.
To spend, okay. So these allowances that you earn, you ended up spending them on party activities, correct?
Some on party activities, some also on other
benevolence?
People. Yes, on other people who
benevolence.
On other people who depend on
needed me. On supports. All right. Now, so we have dealt with one leg of it. Now let's come to the information you volunteered, though it's not on your CV. Your other assets. You're saying that you have some investment, and these investments suffer some haircuts, and that you have some earnings. May I know from you, in the year 2023, how much you earned on your investment?
Chair, I wouldn't be able to sit here, and I believe the honorable member cannot answer same for
I'm not on oath, with respect. I'm not on oath. I'm not on oath
to answer this accurately.
Doc,
and because I'm on oath, on oath, I wouldn't want to give a figure that I would not be able to.
Right, so that is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. I wouldn't overstretch it. So, given the opportunity, Chairman, given the opportunity, will you be able to furnish this committee with how much you earn in 2023 from your investment. Would you be able to furnish us with it?
Yes, I will.
2024, did
Republic
you...
Bank.
2024, did you earn some income on your investment?
Yes.
Given the opportunity, would you be able to?
Bank.
Very well. Now, in your tax assessment, did the Ghana Revenue Authority have the opportunity of knowing all that you had earned by way of investment income?
Yes.
Now let's go to the tax. Please, since you have your tax returns with you, let's... Now, it's a one-page document. Do you have it with you, please? You've stated there, 2023, turnover 34,858. It is stated there.
Yes.
Turnover 34,858. Chargeable income 34,858. Is it the case that you provided these figures to GRA, or they sifted same from the document you provided?
I have a tax person who helps me to do it. So I provided the information, and then this was the assessment that was made.
Which information specifically?
The earnings and everything all put together.
Through your bank statement, you mean?
Through the the earnings from the bank, that is 2024, 2023, and also a fair idea of what I had instructed to be spent from the support that the party had given me in terms of allowance.
So do I take it that the 2023 assessment is a combination of your investment with Republic Bank and the allowances that you earn from the party headquarters, correct?
Exactly.
The same to 2024,
Exactly.
Correct? Very well.
That's what I was trying to explain initially.
Yes, but I have to ask you, then you provide the answer. Is that fair?
Yes.
Very well. Are you able to furnish us with the details of this investment as you've referred to?
Yes, I can.
Doc, have you had the opportunity to talk to Honorable Dominic Nito?
Yes, because we served on the transition committee together, and I had to also, as chairperson for two subcommittees, I had to also sit in as chair for the infrastructure subcommittee, and he was the chairperson there. So we co-chaired that, and subsequently we also discussed the Ministry of Defense when my appointment was announced.
Per your date of birth, you were 75 born, correct?
True.
And per the public records of Honorable Nito, He's a 1977 born. I'm disclosing that to you.
He's my junior brother.
I'm saying that he's a 77 born. So, with the benefit of that, what inspiration do you draw from him? He being younger your age, but having successfully managed the ministry for 8 years. How does that inspire you as you get into the ministry? How does that inspire you?
I don't think I would want to engage in ageism, as in young person or old person. Look, young people in this republic have served our nation very well. Old people have also served our nation very well. And the converse is true. Some young people have also performed terribly, and some old people have also performed terribly. So I always don't like it when we try to frame appointment of young people around their ages, and then when it comes to appointing old people, we seem to think that is okay.
Relax, you are not in a box. You are not in the box. Back to your CV. You have item 3 on page 2 of your CV. Ministry of Communication, February 2013 to January 2017. Then, next one, spokesperson to the President of the Republic of Ghana and minister responsible for information, July 2014 to January 2017. Please clarify that for us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The evidence speaks for itself. Between 2013 and 2017, I was the Minister for Communications. So for the entire 4 years, I was the Minister for Communications. Between July 2014, that is 1.5 years after becoming Minister for Communications, Ministry of Information and the responsibility to speak for the President was added to my portfolio. And so that also lasted up to January 2017. So if you put these two, let's say, on a time scale, you realize that the Ministry of Communications one will start, and then the information one will be 1.5 years afterwards. But they all terminated at the same point, January 2017, specifically 6th of January.
Which means that within the period, the Information Ministry was collapsed.
It was realigned. It was merged with the Ministry of Communications.
Doc, when your party was enacting its manifesto, did you play any role in the enactment regarding the defense policy of the manifesto?
Yes, because, and it's not just in 2024, since 2004, I've always had the privilege, whether directly at the committee level or after the document is put together, to review the entire document. And I remember very well, in reviewing the 2024 one, I was far away in London when the document was sent to me, and I reviewed it.
So you were not actively part, so to speak?
Actively part how? To review an entire document is a very laborious and energy-sapping job. So it was a very active process.
So what you're suggesting to this committee is that you were being prepared for this portfolio from what you just saying?
I was asked to review the entire manifesto. Mr. Chairman, that could mean I was being prepared.
The entire manifesto?
Yes.
Okay. No. That's what I'm saying. Wait. You see, Doc, earlier I said, take it easy, you are not in the box. Perhaps you didn't understand me. You see, I am asking you very specific questions to enable us make progress and finish quickly. You may have to pay attention to the specifics. When you do general, then I may have to do some follow-ups. You get what I mean? So please, you pay attention. Let's deal with the defense policy of your manifesto. I'm saying that the enactment of the defense policy in your manifesto, were you part of that enactment?
Can you explain? Are you saying that was Dr. Mane Boama a member of the defense subcommittee of the manifesto committee?
It is so.
Thank you. No.
Since your nomination was sent to Parliament, have you had the opportunity to engage the Defense Ministry and its hierarchy?
Yes, I've had the opportunity, and I've also had the opportunity to engage members of our defense subcommittee of the NDC manifesto.
Please share with us. I believe they've taken you through an 8-year of an administration, the ups and downs. Share with us the success stories they shared with you during this debriefing.
Mr. Chairman, one, we've been able to sustain no terrorist attack within the territory of Ghana, which is good for our country. By the time we were leaving office, there had not been any such attack. And as we speak, there has also not been any such attack. Great for our country. Again, in terms of embarking on the modernization of the army, the Ghana Armed Forces, we've seen increased recruitment. Of course, right here around this table, challenges like regional balance and the need to ensure equity and all those things have also been raised. And gender mainstreaming. That is also something that I would say was shared. Then the FOBs, that is the forward operating bases that are being constructed. Unfortunately, implementation has not matched the intention behind it, and that is something that I will pursue critically if I'm given the nod. Then, in terms of modernization efforts, were being made to procure some naval vessel, but intention is one thing, being able to operationalize it. And I believe because of the terrible economic situation, so it became difficult for the government to be able to procure it. And so we believe that governance is a continuum. And when we say we want to modernize the Ghana Armed Forces, it is not just a one-off thing. It's not an event. It will take the incremental additions that successive governments we will be engaging in to be able to get our country's armed forces to the level that it must be. And then, if I may add, also the alternate to 37 military hospital, that is also being considered. I have not seen it physically, so I cannot tell the stage where it is, financing arrangements and everything. But at the right time, I believe Parliament will be seized with the right facts about them.
So you've outlined 7 success stories that at least the ministry has shared with you as achievement for the past 8 years. You've also said that on the terrible economic situation has affected one particular item.
In fact, it cuts through.
Right, it cuts through. All right. Now, in terms of our military, in your briefing, did you